That's a game we're all playing. The ego plays it very, very well. The course is offering us a very simple solution. Very simple. It's not complex, in that it's not complex. Doesn't mean it's easy to do for the reasons I just discussed. But the simple solution is to simply invite the Holy Spirit in to see it for you, to interpret for you, to show you something you're not seeing, knowing that the Course says if we're in any sort of pain and suffering at all, we're in anything less than joy or peace, it's because we're misinterpreting, we're misunderstanding, we're misperceiving what's true about us, what's true about others, and what's true about the world, and what's true about our Creator. And so the Holy Spirit will reshape for us our mind slowly over time, but with immediate results if we allow. We're going to read a little bit about the miracle worker. The miracle worker is us. We not only are here to do this for ourselves, we're here to do it for others. And in fact, it works best when we're doing it for each other, because we believe in our story so much, it's hard for us to do it for ourselves. It's easier for others to do it for us as it is for us to do it for them. We're not bought into their story so much. And so we look for the truth in them for them, that when we see it, the light in our mind lights it up in their mind. And that's how we are miracle workers for each other, and how we are actually our brother's keeper. Before miracle workers are ready to undertake their function in this world, it is essential that they fully understand the fear of release. Otherwise, they may unwittingly foster the belief that release is imprisonment, a belief that is already very prevalent. This misperception arises in turn from the belief that harm can be limited to the body. That is because of the underlying fear that the mind can hurt itself. None of these errors is meaningful because the miscreations of the mind do not really exist. This recognition is a far better protective device than any form of level confusion. And it talks about, the confusion of levels of awareness of reality. And we often confuse physical reality, the principles of physical reality and spiritual reality. And there are multiple levels from this level. In ultimate truth, there are no levels. There's only one. But from here, there are different levels of reality, and we confuse them because it introduces correction at the level of the error. So there's the level of cause, which is mind. And then there's the level of effect, which is earth plane reality. They're not the same levels. But we often pray, as I was saying earlier, we're wanting the level of cause to stay the way it is, unconscious and fearful and doing the things it's doing, but we want the level of effect to be changed by some power outside of ourselves. And that's one of the mistakes that are made in this process that it's talking about right now. So it is essential to remember that only the mind can create, and that correction belongs at the thought level, which is the level of mind. So it is essential to remember that only the mind can create, and that correction belongs at the level of, at the thought level, at the level of mind. To amplify an earlier statement, spirit is already perfect and therefore does not require correction. The body does not exist except as a learning device for the mind. The body is used by the Holy Spirit, which is not a body. The bodies that we invented are used as learning devices for the mind while the mind is asleep. That's its only real purpose as the Holy Spirit interprets it. This learning device is not subject to errors of its own because it cannot create. The body cannot do any, the body's a puppet. It's just doing what the mind is telling it to do. It can't make up its own mind. It can't create anything the mind doesn't tell it to create. It doesn't have that power. Though we give it that power in our minds, we believe it has that power, it doesn't. So it is obvious then that inducing the mind to give up its miscreations is the only application of creative ability that is truly meaningful. So inducing the mind to give up its miscreations or its crazy thinking or its hidden beliefs, to induce the mind to do that by invitation, by forgiveness, ask the Holy Spirit to come in, that is the only appropriate application of creative ability.